What's going on, guys, and welcome to another video. And the last one, we got the foundation for this building put together. We got all of the screws in the subfloor, so we're ready to go and put these poles up. So I got everything laid out here and marked. It's been a year and a half, at least a year and a half probably, since I took this down. So it took a little bit to get all of the materials laid out and labeled to where everything goes, so it'll fit right. We did save all of the fasteners from it. So in all of the corners and things we'll use, and all the attaching the poles to the poles themselves, we'll use the old fasteners to save on that. But we'll be using new ones to go in the roof. So I got all the poles and the framing here. Back in the field, I've got all the metal on the trailer. So we're ready to get this thing started. So here I have it all labeled where things go. So first thing we're going to do is get the outside border laid out and attached, so we got some structure, and then we'll get all these pieces that go along the sides just laid out and start from there. Got all these side posts up now. Now the most difficult part, other than putting the metal on the sides and the roof and all that, is going to be these trusses. But hopefully it won't be too bad, because we have these caps which will go in all of the corners. But we will go ahead and install them in the trusses like this, and go ahead and get them screwed in on each side. So when we do get up there, we can just set the trusses in and hopefully be pretty stable and to get those screwed in. So we'll start at the front, just because this is not connected in the middle. So we'll start in the front and get that in and together, and then we'll work our way back. Got the trusses up, and it went a lot smoother than I thought, and really wasn't as hard as I expected. I guess I just kind of overestimated how heavy they'd be, and toting them up on the ladder and getting them set in, but it really went pretty easy. So I'm really happy with how that went, and it's pretty stable as is, even though we don't have the rods fastened to the foundation yet, which we will be getting to that. But want to get the rest of the frame up and make sure everything's squared up and in place before we actually fasten it down. And now we've got the front two posts, and then there's a cross beam for the door, and then the two posts to put up, which will be the final bit of the frame. So we've got the roll-up door that's back there that we'll put up, but we'll get the rest of these frame pieces up, and then we can hoist the door, which is going to be fun, especially with knowing how we took it down. So that'll be fun to see. But let's get these up, and then we'll work on the door. But we got the door up, and it actually wasn't quite as hard as I thought it would be, because how we took it down, we actually ran ratchet straps over top of the trusses and strapped it to it and just let it down that way. But we were actually able to get up on the ladders and pick it up. And the only problem we had is there's these tabs right here that set in to the railing, and one of those on the other side was bent, so we just had to let it down once and bend that tab back and then put it back up. But it turned out great, so it really wasn't hard, which I'm happy. Not as hard as I thought, and also got the frame strapped to the foundation. So on the front we have a strap on each post. On the sides we just have one in the middle of each side, and then we have each post on the back strapped down as well. And got some metal staged, and in the morning we'll start putting it on the top. So we'll get back and start putting it on the top, and hopefully it's going to be difficult getting these 20-foot pieces up to the top, but we'll figure out a way, as we always do. we got this up, got it all finished, got the trim up, got our ramp built. So it's all done. And we also put some flashing down around the bottom because this building was just sitting on the ground. So they kind of cut it to the dirt so it's not perfectly flat with the bottom beam. But that's it. Ramp 7 foot, got 2x8, 16 inches on center, so that ramp is solid. That thing ain't going nowhere. And there we have it. Really excited to have the building done and to finally be able to use it and store stuff to get things prepped for when the house comes. So thanks for watching this one. We'll catch you in the next one.